Hey everybody, how's it going? Don't be tripping. You guys normally used to see me in my little grease monkey attire. Today, well, I'm in my geek monkey attire. I'm out riding around lunchtime today and thought, you know what? This place up here is very peaceful. Hear all the water behind me? Or in front of me, actually. Percy Preach Dam. They got nice little walking trails up here that I occasionally kind of take a little lunchtime walk. So instead I thought I'd do a little intro video. The subject of the video, look on my hood. Those of you who watched my videos before realize that I did not have an LED bar, nor did I have the jack. Subject of the video. Let's put that high lift jack and the LED bar on my hood. Here's how I did it. Follow along. Alright, first of all, let's get some metal to make the brackets that we're going to mount to the hood hinges. First of all, we need to figure out how high do we need them. Check this out. Alright, here's our LED bar, and what I'm going after is my hopes of brackets set across the hinge here, right here, set up high enough that then my high lift sets up here. Then in between that, I'd like to recess my LED bar as deep as inside there as I can, kind of like protection for it, so to speak. So first of all, I guess we need to see what I can find to make that happen. Go rummage through my scrap metal bin. Okay, here's what I turned up. And I think I might have gotten lucky enough. So this is U-channel here. This came off, I used to have an old 79 mile 3/4 ton Chevrolet that I was out wheeling one day doing some rock crawling. Got it twisted so bad that I pulled the bolts through the bed. So I welded up a steel flatbed on the frame. Well, then I ended up scrapping out the truck, and still I kept the discs. The differentials are in a friend's house. The transmission and stuff like that, I traded all that to the soft top you see on the Jeep. Anyway, that's another story. This channel seems to be just about right. But the LED bar may actually recess under that. Turn around the other way and look to see. I mean, it's going to be pretty close, but also what I plan on doing, where most people take the bolts, stick them up through here like this, what I plan on doing is taking the bolts, coming down through the high lift jack, and I'm just going to weld some nuts to the top here for the high lift jack to set on. Then you take the bolts and run them down through it like this and screw them on like a, I don't know, like a screw shaft or something, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to add a little bit of height here for the nut just to screw down into. So the added height may give me enough clearance for the LED bar to clear. So next thing I need to do, I'm going to measure my hinge real quick, figure out how much metal to knock off on this. Alright, looks like my hood hinges are about in the ballpark, around 3 1/4 inches wide, which will be close enough anyway. So, yep, I'm going to cut that, and I really need to take off that bling lipstick chrome crap and throw it in my powder coat and lay down some black on it. Or maybe just use that bed liner I used on my grill to make it match. Yeah, I might just do that someday. Right now, cutting some metal. Okay, ladies and folks and gentlemen and everybody else, kind of a little bit of a change of plan. Let me pop this off here real quick. Come back up here. Alright, sit that there. And high lift, of course, just sit on top of this. The light bar sitting here, it's not going to quite tuck underneath it like I thought it might have. That's alright, because it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to fancy-fy it a little bit, but here's the brackets that come with it. They're going to mount here, sit back against that, but the light bar isn't quite long enough to span the width of the brackets I'm building, so I'm going to make me a little flat tab to come out this way to mount the light bar onto, which is simple enough. Alright, so you see about how they're going to sit like this. Now, something I discovered that I really didn't pay attention to earlier. Back to the high lift. Notice here, it almost sits right inside that pocket right there, which I do like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave this end off right here and keep shaving it until it fits up inside there. I don't have to do any kind of, put a nut on this side because it's pretty heavy wall stuff. It looks like about 3/16 out here on the thin side or so. I'll just drill and tap this side and run the bolts right down through it. That way we'll tighten it up, it'll hold it in place, keep from rattling and all that good fun stuff. So I can kind of take this and custom fit it to contour to that. Just in case anybody's wondering, where's my tape measure? This stuff is, I really like for it to be a little bit taller across here, but so I can tuck my LED, but I ain't going through that much headache. So it's 3-inch. So if you had some 4-inch, that would be great. By 1.5 inches roughly. But I'm just using what I got. So that's 3 inches across there. If you can find you some 4-inch by 1.5 inches, it'd be great. That way you can tuck your LED bar underneath it. But like I said, I'm not going through the headache of it. So anyway, I'm going to clean up my cutting right here and get my grinder right there and start trimming this right here back to fit the high lift. Always remember to protect the peepers. Wear those safety glasses. Alright, but one thing else, I want to show you why. Luckily, nothing really dramatic happened, but it very well could have. Check this out. See that? While I was cutting those, the grinder head thing caught it just right, and it said it grenaded this piece right here. So that right there actually could have been a very bad thing, because it did. Grinder I had my hand grinder I had kicked back on me, but luckily the way I was holding it, it caused me no damage at all. But this right here could have actually grenaded pretty bad and blew up in your face and all this type of stuff. Always protect those eyes, people. Seriously, please protect them eyes. That grinder, what was that? Here's what I'm using. Got that baby on clearance. Only paid about 20 bucks for it. And see that scar? That grinder's what did that to me. Protect them hands too. But I was being stupid at that time. Anyway, enough gabbering. I'm going to trim this back now. Check it out. Fits so good. I mean, that should not have any type of rattle whatsoever once I get that bolt run through here and threaded to tighten it down real well. I like that. I may have to give up where I was wanting to put my LED. The LED bars, I may have to put it on the outside of this, but heck, that's alright. Because I like the way that fits. Anyway. So, I got this side dressed up. I haven't dressed up that side yet, but that's okay. I'm going to do it here in a moment. It's about to get dark on me out of here, so I can't video very well when it's dark and give you guys the details that I want you to see. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to do the other bracket like this, make it fit inside this groove real well, clean up both sides here on the grinder, which is, to clean it up on it right there, and using that. Then, and it's still hot too. Mark my centers here, mark my centers, and drill those holes. Alright, before it gets too dark out here for me to show you guys this, what I'm going to do is take this and line it up. It's kind of centered as much as possible between this bracket, along the sides of this bracket. Here's the center line of your hole. Just come up here. There's that one. Come up, center line of that hole. It's about that one. I got mud right there. So I'm going to scratch it out of the way. Dang it. Yeah, let's try this again. Roll along in yonder. Go from here. Yeah, it's good for hand grenades. But what you want to do is, because these are 5/16 bolts. And I know some Jeep people go say, oh, it's an M8 by 1.25. Well, this YJ, this generation, that's a 5/16 by 18. So there you go. I'm going to drill the hole about right along in there, because the hole will be about coming out about right here, like that. That's going to give me enough room to get in there with a wrench. Not only that, if I go too far deep up in there, I guess I could go around in here. I might be able to go to the center of it. but I just kind of want to shift it forward a little bit. So I'm going to put the hole about right along in there for both of them. So, but you do notice how this right here's got taper to it. That means that your bolt's not going to sit flat on there. Now you got two different choices. One, you can get here, get the grinder after you drill your hole, come back and forth and plane that out to make it flat if you feel froggy doing that. Or just get you a flat washer put in right there before you tighten your bolt down. You should be okay. And that's probably what I'm going to do. Just put a flat washer underneath the bolt and tighten it down and call her done. And if it ever gives me any problems about working loose or anything like that, then I may get inside there and plane that out a little bit to make sure my bolt is flat. I mean, I got a vertical mill. I can drop it in the mill, just come across, make a pass, just enough for the bolt to set on. But I'm not that energetic tonight, especially if I can just drill it and call her done. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, it's about to get dark out here, as y'all see. So I just want to give you guys enough details right now to see what I'm going to do. So next time I pick up the video, you will see, hey, you'll know what I've done. So drilling those holes, cleaning up those edges, and taper this back so it fits inside that groove. I'll see you on the next take. See ya. See, told you it's getting dark out here, but I'm still tinkering. Just my nature, I reckon. Anyway, alright, the LED light bar, which is a 21 inch, is sitting in place right now. The high lift is just kind of, it's sitting on these brackets right now. It's not bolted. I don't have any holes drilled up here yet. So what I'm going to do now is right down through these holes here where the pins climb the jack. I'm going to put me probably a couple of them, give you some options. These holes right here, heck, I can go use that middle one right there and use a 5/16 bolt in this right here to use it to clamp down with, and that will hold it in place from the top. I kind of like this, it's pretty cool. Anyway, still out here tinkering, thought I'd give you guys an update. Well, here it is, everybody. I got a little carried away last night and I just kind of kept on going. There's the hole that's kind of hold the jack in place. That slot up there, it lines up with the holes. The climbing pins come up the high lift jack. That slot lines up with one of the holes, so I'll be able to run a lock through it to secure it down. That hole right there, of course, is going to be for the light bar. So let's go ahead and get these babies mounted up. Okay, got them screwed down to the hinges. You see I'm using the back two bolts. Again, that's where the jack's going to be secured at. There's my slot for the key, for the lock, padlock if I put one on it. Hole for the light bar. I've still got them mounted loose right now because I'm going to put my light bar on next and get it centered coming across there. That way I can move these right here and get everything centered up and aligned as much as possible. I always take these holes here. I tend to make them a little bit oversized from what the bolt is. It gives me room to move things around, alignment. Makes the bolts a lot easier to start too. And come over here just for a quick gander. And again, this one does not have the slot because I'm only obviously need a padlock on one side. Hole for the light bar, secure the jack. Again, these are kind of loose. There it goes. I guess it ain't as loose as I thought it was. Anyway, so now I'm going to mount my light bar next. Okay, got the bolts are loosely installed here. See the nut right, where's that here? So, like I said, you put one in loosely, go over to the other side, put that one in loosely. And once you get them both put in, then go ahead and snug them up, because what I'll do, if these are twisted or whatever, as the brackets tighten up, it'll align these for you. And then after that, we'll lay the jack on top of everything. Be right back. One thing I wanted to point out, before you get all He-Man on these bolts right here, tighten them up, make sure you got these good and snug first. Simply because if you got these right here kind of loose, then you tighten this, it's going to make this mount bracket right here rigid. So that when you do go tighten these up, it's going to stretch the insert inside the light. So tighten these up first, then these. And for anybody who asks, these are metal. Pretty solid pieces actually. And for, I think I gave like 40 bucks Amazon for the light. And this baby is sick bright. So, and it came with the hardware, nuts, bolts, and all that stuff. And there's your wire. No wiring harness. It's just like a 24-inch wire coming out the back end of it. You got to tie into a switch yourself. No switches, no relays, just this and the mounting hardware. So, all right, I've got these tightened up now. Now I'm gonna finish tightening that up. And here you see is some little rubber washers that I'm gonna put right there. Got a little isolator for vibration, I guess, or of the such. But if, I don't know if yeah, you kind of see the texture a little bit. I took some of the bed liner material, sprayed down there while it's still wet. I'm gonna put it on top of this. Get the camera up here. Sorry about that. Put it on top of that like that. So it'll kind of, once it cures up, it'll glue it in place. So also, there we go. Baby solid. So what I'm thinking of doing for the wire, because I'm going to have a PDC, a power distribution control center down here to run my other lights, because there's going to be a 15-inch light bar go across the top. And I'm going to make me a bumper. I've got some steel plate. I'm going to make me a bumper. I'm thinking about recessing like another 20 or 21 right into this right here. I mean, it won't be that bumper, but whenever I build the bumper, I think about recessing me one right across into the bottom of it. Then my winch plate, whenever I eventually get a winch, daggone it, up here somewhere. That's my thoughts for the moment. But so I'm going to have a relay bank to control all that stuff. And whenever I get all my relays and stuff wired in, I've got a really cool trick I'm going to show you guys. So yeah, I'm thinking about knocking me a hole right down through the back of the hood and drop it down the side there. That way, later on when I get my relays put in, it'll be in place already. So I guess I reckon I'm going to very lightly sit the jack up here, let it be pressing down on this. Let's see what's up. With the old farm jack or high lift or whatever you want to call it, it's sitting up here now. Got it set in place. Got a couple bolts running out through here. That's where you tighten those up and it'll secure it down. But I've got some 3/8 steel rod. I think I'm going to make me like a modified wing nut. Make a V shape and weld on top of a bolt to make a modified wing nut. That way I can just take my hand, turn it, not lock it down. And same scenario going on here. But I did see one design flaw. It was late last night, people. I just kept on cutting and welding, wasn't even thinking nothing about it. Back about here is my lock slot that I showed you guys earlier. So I want to do one of two things. The jack handle had to be spaced back. If I were to put a lock in here, I could either put a cable lock around all this, or take and pop the jack handle loose here, space it back enough to get a shackle, you know, the shackle of a big enough padlock to go down between this right here, then secure the handle to that. Or bring another flat plate out this way and lock it in here. But for right now, I'm really not going to worry about it. And if I run across a short cable lock or something like that, I'll wrap it around. That's what my plan is. And I need to strip this thing right here down and repaint it. For one, to make it match the Jeep. So, okay, I'm going to weld me up a V to go on top of this right here. I'll give you a quick little welding tip. Alright, oh, it's still kind of warm too. There's my little wing bolts. It's going to hold my jack down. Notice what I've got that bolt recessed down into. It's just a brass fitting, but it can be any brass fitting, it doesn't matter. My point is, brass and copper are your best friends when it comes to welding. I wanted to protect those threads, obviously, so I don't get no weld distortion or weld slag and splatter, stuff like that on the threads. So I take the bolt, I drop it down inside that. Then I put my ground clamp on there. And of course this right here I was holding with a pair of pliers, holding that in place. Now I come in with my MIG tip and spot, boom, run a little spot right there in the middle, little spot weld, spin it around, little spot weld right there, hold it in place, turn it loose with pliers, and just run a bead around it. Just weld it in. Point is, like I said, brass and copper weld will not stick to it. You can stick this on there, put your ground clamp on it, provides the ground for the bolt while you put this little piece right here to weld onto it. Neat little trick there, huh? Tell you what, let's take them for a test drive real quick before I put some paint on them. Put the washer on, put it down inside there. Get in there. There it goes. And just snug them down. Worked out pretty good, didn't it? I don't know, I kind of like that better than that commercial crap. That's the I Did It brand. Like I Did It, you know, me. Actually, there is a manufacturer called I Did It, but that's my brand. That's Chuck brand. Alright, well, I'm going to take and throw a coat of this right here on those. And that'll probably conclude the jack mounts. Alright everybody, let's show you guys the finished product now. Check it out. There's my little wing bolts right here that I set on there to use the bed liner to coat them up good. And I may end up doing my powder coat my washers, or do bed liner on the washers too, y'all know. Definitely need to refinish the jack. That looks crappy. And light bar mounted right there. And the beast is bright. Which is, I'll insert a clip to the video where you guys can see where I took it out for a nighttime ride. And again over here, mount. And the light bar did come with this hardware here. And there's my other wing bolt that I made. I don't know, but that's works pretty good. Tell you, let me open the hood. I want to show you guys something. But before I open the hood, let's point something out first. Okay, right along in here is where the bolt is for the hood hinge. Like you can see this. There's the hood hinge bolt. Back up in here is the second one, which is about right along in here. So how I determined where I put my wire down through my hood, measure from here to over to there was about 4.5 inches for this light. Now if you buy a different light, it can be a totally different measurement. What you want to do is look at where that wire, so if I get back here, where that wire here exits out of the light, that drops right down into the hood. From there to there was 4.5 inches for my light. So that's the space between here and there. Then I took, see what, I'm gonna open the hood real quick. Okay, that 4.5 inch measurement I mentioned a moment ago, that is of this bolt here. That's the inside hood hinge to, there's the wire coming down from the light bar. So what I did, got an airplane. So from here to here is 4.5 inches. I just drilled a hole through the hood and run down through there. And I'm not going to leave the wiring like this for right now. I'm going to eventually put a power distribution center in here somewhere that has a relay bank and all that stuff. So that's just a temporary wire to get it up and rigged up and rolling right now. So, I'm going to close the hood. Oh, I'm going to look at something else too. Look right down through there. You can see the gap between the cowl here. Got plenty of gap. And I'm not going to be able to lay my hood all the way back, but I never did do that. Just very few times have I ever done that anyway, so not a big deal. Got probably 1/4 inch gap or so between the light bar spacing and the hood. Very solid, does not move. So let me close my hood real quick. Okay, I showed you where to run the LED bar light wire down from. Pretty simple. Now let's answer a couple of questions that I've seen come up time or two about mounting stuff to your hood. Stuff being like the jack and the LED bar. Two questions that normally comes to mind to people. Is the jack in your side of view? Is it in the way? You know, if it comes up too high or whatever, you know, people question. The second question being the LED bar. The LED bar, people question how much glare is it coming off the hood. Well, obviously it's daylight out here right now. I can't answer that one. But what I can do is give you a good perspective as to where the jack is in our line of sight. Okay, to give you guys some perspective, I'm about 5'7". I'm holding it right by my side of my head right now, so you guys can get a kind of a field of view of what I see. Now you can notice that here is the top of one of the wing bolts, and there is the top of one of the wing bolts, and there's the foot of the jack. Not obtrusive to your line of sight at all. I mean, honestly, once you drive it for a little bit, you could kind of quit paying attention to it, to be honest with you. So there's where it is in my field of view. Not a big deal. Now, as far as the glare off the hood, obviously I can't show you that in the middle of the daylight, so you know what? There's the video here. Alright everyone, what we're looking at here is just plain Jane headlights, low beams, and well, you know I put the LED bar on, so well, the one on the hood. So here we go, let's hit it. Boom! Bit of a difference, huh? Now, one of the questions that comes with putting the LED light bars on your hood is how much glare is it coming off the hood? Well, look right there. You see I need to watch my G, but overall, I mean, honestly, in driving position, like I'm holding the camera right beside my head right now, that is in driving position. And it's not bad at all. So you drive like this, of course you can't drive on the highways because I got told by a cop you definitely don't run those type of lights on the highways. Not headlights are above anyway. So, yeah, definitely a huge difference. Can't wait till I get my 50 strapped across the top of the windshield. That'd be really cool. I tell you what, low beam. Get over here and get a windshield wiper. Low beam, high beam, LED bar. High beam, low beam, LEDs. Well, there you go. That's what it looks like. Hey everybody, first of all, thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for all the great subscribes that I get. Thank you for all the great thumbs up and for the awesome comments that you guys leave. I really love the comments. And once I got one today telling how much it helped him out by changing his fuel sending unit, and he fixed his fuel gauge by one of my videos. I mean, stuff like that really is my driving motivation for wanting to do these videos. I really enjoy helping people. So remember, people, if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to share out Google+, YouTube, your own YouTube channel. Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media you use, share the videos. When you share videos, you're sharing knowledge. When you share knowledge, you're helping other people. So please do that. Don't forget www.fixjeeps.com. That's where you're going to find this video and many more. And not to mention some great downloadable little PDFs that can help you out. Engine diagnostic trouble codes, it's on there, so check them all out. www.fixjeeps.com. So everyone, remember, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and everyone, most of all, I want you guys to have a great day. Peace out. See y'all.